Alright guys, so let's talk about longest continuous increasing subsequence. So you are given an unsorted array of integer nums, and you just have to return the length of the longest continuous increasing subsequence. And the subsequence must be strictly increasing. So this is the definition of continuous increasing subsequence. So I'm just going to talk about the example one. So right over here, so I copy the question to the notebook. And I'm going to set I and J. So I'm going to set I and J, and I will just keep traversing the nums array. And if the nums J is greater than the nums J minus 1, then I will move on the next index. So for example, 3, and since 3 is greater than 1, right? So I move J to the next one, and 3 is greater than 5. So I move to the next one as well. But 5 is greater than 4, right? So it actually is not continuous subsequence. So before I break, right, I need to set my max length. So I do have a max length, and to store the value, so it should be J minus I, right? But the index is starting from 0, right? So we need to plus 1, right? Because the length is the minimum of length is 1, right? So that will be the math, and let's just start coding. And I equal to 0, and J will equal to something. I'm going to put a question mark, and also max length, and max length will equal to question mark as well. So I need to traverse. So I need to traverse the array, right? So J will be the index reach the nums array. So I need to traverse my J pointer and keep checking. Do I have to do I validate my value with the neighbor, right? So I'm going to say, well, J is less than nums length. This has to be valid for sure, right? And also nums J is greater than nums J minus 1. If this is true, and I'm going to say J plus plus for sure, right? But before I plus, I need to make sure I record my length, right? So that would be max on max, max length, and also my my math J minus I plus 1, right? Okay, so let's think about where should I start from J. So J shouldn't start from the beginning, because if J is start from beginning, then I and J are comparing the same index. So I'm going to say J start from the second index, which is I plus 1. And the max length for the initial state, I'm going to say 1, because if the array is repeated, right, then the nums, okay, so the max length, the return value is actually 1. So I'm going to initialize to 1. So what if this if statement is not valid? So imagine if you break out the loop right here, right? So if you break out a loop right here, you need to reinitialize. You need to reinitialize your I. So your I will become here, and J will become here. So let's just start coding. So I will become J, and J will plus plus. Then you just have to return max length. And this is pretty simple and straightforward. And just think about you have to draw on the paper, so make sure you don't have a mistake. And let's just run it, and that would be the solution. And let's talk about time and space. For the space, it's actually all of 1, because you are not giving space in this question. And also for the time is all of n, right? Because you traverse every single element inside the array. And I think this is pretty standard. And if you like the video, please press the like and comment if you want it, and subscribe if you want it as well. All right, peace out.